Hello everyone and welcome to another award-winning edition of Bearcat Sports Update. I'm Ralph Patterson with our softball coach, Tina Whitlock. And Coach, you've now been here about a year.
Yes.
What have you learned about your program in a very quick year?
Well, I've learned that we have absolutely every resource that we need, and we have good support from our administration, the school, and the community, and we have everything that we need to turn this program into a championship program.
So what's it like playing at one of the best facilities in America, Doug Spears Field? It's a beautiful stadium.
It's pretty amazing. One of the things that I brag about to other coaches and even recruits is that I can turn the lights on with my cell phone.
Isn't that cool?
It's pretty awesome. When the young ladies step foot on the field, whether it's for game day practice or even just coming in as a recruit, it says you've reached the next level. And that's what we want to provide our recruits and our players, that true collegiate experience, that you have a resource that says that you are a collegiate athlete. And that's what the Doug Spears Field says. Now we just have to have the record to go with it.
Okay, so first season over. What have you learned about your team and also about the Peach Belt Conference? It's a brutal conference, I know that.
Well, to start off with the Peach Belt Conference, it's a very impressive conference. Every team is tough. Every team is going to be challenging and of championship caliber. And to me, it's in comparison with the SEC, just at the Division II level. In talking about the Bearcats and what we got to do, we've got to make sure that we make changes within the culture of the program. We've got to develop a winning attitude, bring in young women that have achieved championship, whether it's at the high school level in some sort of sport that they've played, hopefully softball, or within their travel program, that they have that winning mindset and they understand the commitment that it's going to take to win a championship. So bringing in young ladies that have that mindset, and then developing the mindset that's already here, the girls that are here, giving them the support they need and the instruction they need to take their game to the next level and exceed their own expectations. We did that many times this year, and we were just within reach of making that top 8.
And I know that your team, you played just in a great league, but then you weren't any easier on them out of conference. You played a really hard regional schedule too.
Absolutely. One of the things I did in designing the schedule for last year was I wanted to take on the best, because I wanted to find out not only who were we going to be competing against, but I wanted to see how they were coached. I wanted to see how those programs were run externally, and then also see how they were actually going to compete on the field. In putting this team up against that caliber of play on a regular basis, it gave me a very quick read on what we have to do within our program to obtain just that,
Okay, this year's season is in the books.
Yes.
You graduate 4 players. You've got 11 new players coming to Lander, 8 of them freshmen.
Yes.
Tell us about next year's team, at least what you hope to accomplish this summer and leading into next season.
Well, the returners that we have coming back are a great group of young ladies. And one of the things that impressed me was in their exit meetings, they showed excitement about the recruits coming in. And that's important, especially in female sports, because the chemistry of the team it plays a huge role in how you're going to approach your goals and obtain your goals. And so just their enthusiasm and excitement about the talent that's coming in, and even the personalities coming in, shows me a lot about who we have coming back. And we have 11 girls coming in. They come from pretty much all over the East. We have a young lady coming from Chicago, a young lady coming from New York, a handful of girls coming from Georgia, and then a handful of girls from South Carolina. So we're going to have a very diverse team. Of our returners, we have young ladies from Florida and North Carolina on that roster as well. And I think that's the fact that they're coming and they're playing away from home means they're going to probably bond a little bit better than, just if we had an all-local roster. And I think that that's going to be important to really building sound team chemistry. And one of the exciting things that we have is we have a young lady that's transferred from the SEC, and we're hoping that she's going to bring us the leadership that we need from that level of ball.
So we're going to have some Southern accents coming to Greenwood,
Yes.
a New York accent,
Yes.
and a Chicago accent. You got to love that.
Yes.
Okay, we talked about your first full year, about players that you've lost, about how strong the Peach Belt is, and the players you have coming in. We haven't talked a whole lot about your new friend Doug Spears and how you want to make this program one that he'd really be proud of.
Yeah, when I stepped foot on the Lander campus 2 years ago with my Lemoyne team, I met Brandon, and Brandon and I go way back. And last year when I stepped foot on the field, I met Doug Spears, and in listening to him tell the stories about where the program was and how it's developed over the years, and now they have this great facility with his name on it, I really want to be able to take the program back to that level of competition and really build what he had achieved, back when he started the program. And I think it's certainly attainable.
Well, we're glad you're here, and we think you're going to do that.
Thank you.
For Tina Whitlock, I'm Ralph Patterson. You've joined us for another award-winning edition of Bearcat Sports Update. We'll see you next time.